You guys, I was given a gift tonight. A gift that allows me to make
Comment Clap Back Volume 2.
Quite often, people leave comments that leave me scratching my head. Maybe they just wrote them rather quickly and didn't put much thought into them, or they express an opinion that is just kind of an opinion attacking another opinion, so it's like, what's the point of this? But every now and then, once in a blue moon, I get a comment that is just so factually wrong and so clearly based out of a place of ignorance that has never been put in check before. I get to do one of these. I did it once before. It was a controversial video. A lot of you guys didn't like it. I sure liked making it. So I'm gonna make another one in response to my recent video on Stalingrad. I also have a pretty bad headache right now, so I'm pushing through that, and it's light sensitive, so I'm wearing shades that a girl left in my car. But maybe I should just go without these. Let's get into it. So, in this video, he does not like a few things I do. Let's read his comment, shall we? Please don't do videos about things you have no clue about, like e.g. World War II. I know a lot about World War II. I'm a nerd, and I spent far too much time reading about World War II. I wasn't able to listen more than 30 seconds. Okay, right here, let's stop and think. If you're going to leave a hateful, intense comment against someone, maybe finish their video first. So maybe if they put what they're saying in context, or maybe fix an error later on, you can have that. Just getting 30 seconds in and being like, this, I'm gonna leave a comment, is really dumb. Because one, if you just don't like how someone starts a video, just click off. I do that all the time. It's just like, you know what, they didn't do a good job, click, I'm done. It's easy. Second, if you're just opening yourself up to get taken down easily. Like, it's just, oh, you limited how much knowledge you have about the situation. You felt the need to leave a long comment criticizing. How unfortunate for you. Are you a Nazi or communist? You are sad about the battle. So because the literal bloodiest battle in human history, I decided to speak about with a somber tone, I'm somehow a Nazi or a communist. Holy, I don't care what ideology people follow. I don't care what leader sent people in to die in combat. Human suffering and violence is never a good thing. I said this in the comment that I responded to this comment with, and I'll say it again here. Every bullet fired in every battle or war in human history is a step backward for us. Yes, there are wars that needed to happen. Hitler needed to be stopped, for example, but that does not mean any battle or conflict that happens is a good or glorious thing. This idea that battle is somehow good or glorious is so disgusting and so against how we as a culture should treat violence. It makes me so angry. No, I don't care what someone's political beliefs are. I don't care if they're a literal Nazi. Someone dying in combat is not a good thing.
Period.
Every Nazi I would rather sit down and talk with to try to change their mind than kill. It's moving on. Oh, and no, I'm also not a communist. Why do you insult Russians by using their name for their butchers? The only Russians/Russia ROA were fighting against the Bolsheviks, and it was after Stalingrad, so WTF are you talking about? Okay, getting into this. Russia was a part of the Soviet Union. That does not mean Russia as a nation did not exist. Russia was one of the part of the Soviet Union. This battle was happening by German soldiers and Nazis and other soldiers forced to fight in the Nazi army who were not Nazis themselves, going into Russia and trying to take Stalingrad, fighting a majority Russian soldiers. So I refer to them as Russians because many other nations in the Soviet Union were not a part of the Soviet Union willingly, and referring to the army as the Soviet Union to me is a little insulting because it's like like referring to the German army as just Nazis. A lot of them weren't Nazis. A lot of the people in the Soviet Union did not want to be there. I know it's a weird technicality, but it's just a respect thing for me. If you want a representation of this, there's that scene in Saving Private Ryan where the soldiers are trying to surrender, and if you actually translate the movie, they're actually speaking in Polish, saying we're not Nazis, we're Polish people who are forced to fight in this battle. We don't want to fight for Nazis, and yet they're killed anyway. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That was a very real thing in World War II, and it's just one of the reasons I'll just refer to them as the majority people who are actually responsible for the battle, like Russians as Russians or Germans as Germans. And I don't want to say they're all Nazis. I don't want to say they're all part of the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union was a horrific, evil thing that was as bad as the Nazis if you know your history. I just don't want to lump them in with that. It's disrespectful for the people who did not actually want to be there, which in the case of the Battle of Stalingrad, I assume was everyone. I'm a little upset. Also, it was a great battle as 2 of the top 5 European evils were murdering each other, which was the reason hundreds were okay. Don't even need to finish that sentence, because I know what it says. It's more dumb stuff. Just let me get this out of the way. Don't ever watch one of my videos again. Don't ever comment again. You are literally ignorant beyond help. My God, no. 2 nations fighting each other, no matter how horrible their leaders are, is not a good thing. A large portion of Germans were not actually Nazis and did not support Hitler. Does that mean you're justified in killing all Germans? No, absolutely not. And even implying so is a disgusting thing, and you should feel terrible that you even wrote that. Seems like you were sad that Gulag prisoners got a chance to survive thanks to Hitler. If you are no one from above, then see to better not talk about topic you have no idea about. Your ignorance is astounding, and you seem to be a pathetic person. War is horrible no matter who is fighting. You should just, oh my God. This person also left a comment implying Robert Jordan was a war criminal a while back because he fought in Vietnam, which is the same kind of mentality, weirdly, in a kind of twisted way. No, men who are drafted or forced to serve in various wars are not war criminals. Men who volunteer to serve in various wars are not war criminals. You do not know if it was their only option to maybe get food or survive in the situation they're in, or if they just legitimately believe they are fighting for the right thing. People's ideologies can be twisted, and it doesn't make them inherently evil. They're trying to fight for something they believe in. That's why I feel sympathy towards anyone who fights for most causes, because being brainwashed or being under a false misconception can lead people to do terrible things, and unfortunately that happens in war a lot. I don't think these people should be punished. I think they should be helped, and that is the appropriate mentality to have. Your mentality is cancerous to humanity, and you're exactly what's wrong with how we portray war in this world. The soldiers are not responsible. The leaders are, the people who prop up propaganda and promote inhumane messages. Robert Jordan actually struggled quite a bit with his self after Vietnam, and it's a topic that I think many of his fans should go explore. He only spoke on it a couple of times, but hearing how he struggled with kind of the post-Vietnam life he was in is really shocking. And he talks about beating, there's this story he has where he beats another soldier, but it's actually, he's talking metaphorically. He beat down the kind of monster he became in Vietnam and left him to die. It's this really strange story he told, but it's, if you actually get past the strangeness to which he tells it, it's actually this beautiful idea of kind of just getting over the horrific things you had to do in wartime. And he's someone I respect a lot for being open and candid about their time in service, because it's not something that's easy to talk about. Anyone who serves their country or serves in the military has massive respect from me. No matter what their ideology is, no matter why they are doing it, it's something that is going to change you as a person. It takes dedication and work ethic that is beyond what I have, and I respect them for that. Anyone who disrespects the armed forces or the people who volunteer to go into it, please stop watching my channel. I don't want to make content you enjoy. I don't want to make anything for you to enjoy ever. No, I don't agree with every war. No, I don't think wars should happen. But the people who are fighting in the battlefield are almost never the people responsible for the violence that's happening. They are victims in many ways. In many cases, they are lied to, often mistreated or neglected upon returning from their service. And it's one of the things that America needs to work on the most, and it's one of the things America needs to work on the most, how we take care of our veterans after their service is over. John Rocom, go f*** yourself. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.